Welcome to the KommunityKoin podcast. Today's subject is don't just work hard, also work smart. Success seems elusive to most of us. This actually is a code that very few crack, but why? The majority of people work hard and seem to never achieve their financial and professional goals. And we've heard that working hard is sufficient, but is it? Is it actually enough to just work hard? Or is there another piece to this puzzle that we've been missing? Let's take a look. If you're thinking about starting a business, first start by asking these questions. Where is the money? What has the largest return on investment potential? What has the largest potential customer base? Does this idea evolve into passive income at some point? And we'll take a closer look at all of these in a moment. But first, working hard is certainly a very important part of the formula. Someone that does not work hard is not likely to ever succeed at much of anything, but most of us can attest to the fact that working hard by itself is not enough. We all know, or at least should know, that success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration. But it may take more than just working hard. The missing piece of this puzzle is working smart. But what does that mean? Working smart means a variety of things, but here are some examples to explain the idea. I sometimes see people standing on the street corner selling candy apples, and I think to myself, they drove to the store and bought the ingredients, went home and made the candy apples, made their way to the street corner and stood there all day in the blistering sun, making perhaps 50-cent profit per apple. If they managed somehow to sell 30 apples that day, they made $15 gross. If you subtract the cost of the ingredients and the cost of gas, etc., they probably made a net profit of $5 for 10 hours of work. That's 50 cents an hour. Wouldn't it have been more sensible to just get a job at McDonald's making $18 an hour? Or another example, if someone has $20,000 to invest in a business and they choose to buy an ice cream truck, and they work very hard to start an ice cream truck business, and they're putting in 10-hour days peddling ice cream cones to their small customer base for $1 profit per cone, and some would say, hey, that's a good business. But what if someone else took that $20,000 and invested it in an internet business with a wide appeal to a large potential customer base? Initially, the person starting the internet business would work just as hard as the person starting the ice cream truck business and invest the same amount of money. But after the internet business is up and running, perhaps that person will only be working a few hours a day and make 1,000 times or 10,000 times the income, not to mention the profitability of low overhead. So which is a smarter investment? When people tell me that they want to start a business, the first question I always ask is, where's the money? No matter what business you start, you're going to be working very hard in the beginning, and in most cases, investing a lot of money. So then, why not invest your money and your time in something that has unlimited return on investment potential? Why invest that time and money in something that has very little potential to pay off? So let's take a closer look at the points that we mentioned above. First is, where is the money? There's so many possible business ideas out there, but which ones will actually be profitable? That's the first and most important question to ask when thinking about starting a business. There's no point in starting a business that is not going to be profitable or has limited profit potential. If you're going to make the investment of time and money, you might as well go big. How do you do that? It involves a variety of things. Start by researching the idea to see if other people are making money doing it. Look at your idea from every possible angle and try to find a fresh angle that no one else is doing. Ask yourself, is this going to meet a big need or a little need of the potential client base? It's possible to be profitable by meeting small needs if you charge a lot of money, but in most cases, the profitability is meeting the big needs of the masses. And just FYI, if your business idea isn't solving a problem or meeting a need, it may not be a profitable idea. And then another question to ask is everyone already doing it? Is the market saturated? If it is, that is not necessarily a deal breaker, but it could mean that you're going to have to be more creative to be profitable. Next question, what has the largest return on investment potential? If you're investing time and money, how do you get the biggest bang for the buck? To a great extent, this comes from choosing the right business to start with in the first place. As mentioned in the scenarios above, choosing to invest your time and money starting a business that has very little potential to make money is just not a reasonable thing to do. If you're going to do it in a way that will be most profitable. How do we do this? Well, we ask some questions. How much will I have to invest financially? And is there the potential for 100-fold or 1,000-fold return on that investment? If you think that there is the potential to do that, how are you going to make that happen? Is it because you're going to sell a high dollar thing to a few people or a low dollar thing to a lot of people? Ask yourself, do I have the capital to fund the project long enough to reach this goal? Can I afford to lose my investment if the idea doesn't succeed? And most importantly, do I have the stick-to-itiveness to see this through? Because you're not going to get any return on any investment if you don't work hard and see it through. Like we said earlier, 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. But add to that the idea of working smart, and that is a winning combination. Next question is, what has the largest potential customer base? Why start a business that only has 1,000 possible customers unless you're going to be charging them $1 million a piece? When starting a business, you have to ask yourself, how many people are going to want this? In the above example of the ice cream truck, you might get 30 to 50 customers a day if you're lucky. But in the example of the internet business, you might get 3,000 to 5,000 customers a day or more. That's a big difference. So what now when it comes to this idea of potential customer base? Well, generally speaking, more customers is better than less customers. There are some models that can make it work and brand their idea for a smaller customer base, but generally, you want the most customers that you can get. You're going to want to sell your product or service to as many people as possible in order to maximize profit. And in order to maximize the potential number of customers, you have to be offering something that almost everyone wants or needs. Ask yourself, what I'm trying to sell, does everyone in the world need this? Does this solve a problem that everyone has? Or is this a thing that everyone would want to have? Offering a very small niche, specialized product or service limits the potential number of customers and makes it very difficult to be profitable. Again, some brands do this successfully, but think carefully when considering business ideas about the potential customer base. And then the final question is, does this idea evolve into passive income at some point? And this is a very important question that very few people ever ask when starting a business. You don't want to saddle yourself with a business that never evolves into passive income. You never want to trade time for money long term. There are only so many hours in a day and you only have so many years to work, so it doesn't make sense to trade time for money indefinitely. You always want to look at business ideas that can evolve into passive income where you're making money whether you're working or not. This only makes sense. In fact, personally, I would not start any business that did not evolve into passive income. If you're going to invest the time and money to start a business, why not start a business that eventually will make you money without you working? Why do you want to continue to work hard forever? That would not make sense. The smart thing to do is to invest the effort and the money up front with a plan that the effort involved will decrease over time while the income increases over time. All of the things discussed above are critical in the early development stages of your new business. Think about these ideas and apply them to your business idea, and hopefully it will make you more profitable and help you get to the place where you are making money without working. Here's to good entrepreneurship, and we will see you next time on the KommunityKoin podcast.